What made you want to start ghost hunting?
Oh, no intro?
No.
This is not the question.
I know this is not a question. We'll get to that, but here's
That's cool. So what made you want to start ghost hunting?
the babes. No.
Ghost babes?
So, what made me ghost hunt? As a kid, I like ghost stories. I've actually, what was it? Did you guys ever read?
No.
The tales? I know you never read. I know, I can tell. You don't have a great big vocabulary like me. Like, you don't know all the fun.
I only wrote a book. It's fine.
I know, right? but it was tales to tell in the dark, or the scary tales, or whatever. It was the retelling with the really cool, like, really cool artwork. Hold on. Scary stories to tell in the dark, which is basically, yeah, these ones. Did you ever look at these ones? They're basically...
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, more scary stories. So I would check these out from the library at the school all the time. And I just, ever since then, I would read like Poe. I would read Lovecraft. It's the idea that there's stuff in the dark that if you leave the light, it will basically take you and, you know, you're just gone. And I was walking up to go to the bathroom, and that just permeated into my brain, and I had to turn every light on to go to the bathroom because it just, and that is scary and that's terrified. So that question, why I like to ghost hunt, it's that thrill, I think, of the unknown, and it is kind of that kind of fun, and even researching it and looking at the stories and the. Like the mythology, or I don't want to say mythology, but the stories around these haunted locations.
Why did you want to start ghost hunting?
So I think for me it's a bit interesting because of the fact that, like, I've never actually, I feel like maybe out of everybody here, I've never actually had that real experience that makes you a real believer. So it's always kind of like, let's push that boundary.
Oh. I thought you were going to be like, well, you guys roped me into it.
That too, because I was just like, okay, you're going. Okay.
I got into it because I had a few experiences myself when I was younger. When my grandmother passed away, after her funeral, because we stayed at my aunt's house, and I was on my phone, you can hear like someone walking in the kitchen. Everybody is asleep, by the way, but you could hear gentle footsteps walking through the kitchen. I was like, nah. Nah.
Dude.
I was like, yeah, it could only be one person. That was my grandmother. And that's the fact that we just had a funeral. I was like, nah.
Dude, there's
I thought I was by myself. My mom heard it too. She's in the next room. I was like, Mom, did you hear any gentle footsteps walking through the kitchen? I was like, yeah.
Dude, there's something to that, like, especially right after the passing and the funeral, they are more active.
Well, it kind of makes sense. It's almost like they're doing a one final pass through.
I felt, a couple of years, and then after my brother passed, my brother passed, sadly I couldn't go to his funeral. When we were moving to Delaware, closer to the family, and I was just saying goodbye to everybody, before I even left, I felt like a tap on my shoulder. And I looked behind me and there's nobody there. So I was like, oh, alright. Time to go home. Because we was already packed up and everything. I just need to get home. I just put in my 2 weeks. But it's that tap on the shoulder. I was like, oh, alright. I guess he's watching. Always felt protected. Still do.
I fully believe he brought us together. You were looking for answers. Remember? And you were searching stuff on YouTube?
Yeah.
What video of mine did you come across?
You talking about ghosts?
Yeah.
You talking about ghosts?
Of all of the videos on the internet talking about ghosts, you found mine.
Yeah.
And then we reached out, we started talking, and here we are getting married. That's why I feel like he totally brought us together.
Then actually, Kat, before you ask a question, I'm going to ask you. Because here's the thing, he hasn't had an experience.
Yes.
You have, and I have,
yes,
and you
I'm
have.
psychic.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Obsessively watching all these ghost hunting shows. My late father got me into it. So we would sit there, we watch Ghost Adventures and Taps, and like seriously, it was bad. We obsessively watched these things. My father had an interest in the paranormal, and then ironically, his child was a psychic. And I grew up in a haunted house as somebody who was sensitive to these type of things. So I had many, many experiences. Point where I could never not believe. Like, I can't deny with my own two eyes the things I experienced. And it took forever for me to understand that because I always say a sensitive, but now I understand it's clairaudient and an empath. More to it than just being a sensitive.
Like with me, I know, but I have empathic because I've been attacked. Like we talk about the Timberlake Road, I've been attacked out there to the point where I've actually been ice cold. Like where I've literally almost passed out. And I've gone to places like up in Fargo, North Dakota. Like I've been to a basement where basically the heart, you can feel like being completely squeezed and basically being attacked. I think that's actually also why I've closed down most of my empathic abilities, because I can be attacked like that.
I used to be way more psychic. I turned it off because of bullying. Because believe it or not, you can turn it off. I need to clarify that. Like, we're all psychic. All humans are psychic. All people got two legs, but not everybody's gonna like run a marathon, you know? It's just like that. That's how it is with psychic abilities. So I was just born with my third eye open a little bit more than others. But you can reject it, you can close it, and I did that, and I regret it so much because I basically spent the last however many years trying to rebuild it, all because I cared too much what people used to think of me.
Well, that's the thing, it's
a lot easier to close than open.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
To be fair too, like if you're empathic, it's a little bit harder, but you can. Like I've actually it's still there, but I've actually learned to temper and not be open all the time, because it is actually exhausting.
The point of doing the ghost hunting channel, though, was to show people that there's stuff out here, or to try and show people that there's stuff out here. Because I can't tell you how many times I've been called crazy, and now I shout, I'm not crazy, my mother had me tested. Because she did. She did have me tested.
She had me tested. I'm
not crazy.
See, I just kind of jumped on because I like to, like I said, I really do like to go and study the history and to theorize. And here's the thing. We're not trying to make people upset.
No.
Like, if you don't believe in ghosts, that's okay. If you do believe in ghosts, that's okay. It's not... We're not saying we're right, you're wrong. Because I am very analytical, and I do believe that facts do matter. And sometimes we'll say, like, we're humans, right? We're humans, and it's human nature to talk in terms of this or that, or basically we talk like we have especially me. You guys actually know us. I talk like I know things all the time. Like, I sound like a know-it-all. I know I do. You guys can call me that. It's okay. I'm actually talking to Kat right now. I don't know. You guys are just here like, well, whatever. Some of the stuff I've experienced, the historical society that I've worked at, I've seen orbs float up and down. I will say this. It's been years now, so I'm not going to get in trouble because the people who actually work there don't work there anymore. I did play with the sword artifacts. Ooh, I was 18 and dumb. So, and then you have no idea what it's like to get chided by ghosts. Because I was playing with them, because, you know, and then it's like, I just got this really, this basically, you put those back right now, young man. It wasn't even that, it was basically, you put those back, young man, and I'm like, geez, okay. But yeah, like, what are some of yours?
My what? My experiences?
Really, for you, it's too many to count.
Yeah, I'm literally
you have a lot, I know.
I'm like, have a little flip book I'm going through right now. I'm like, what one can I say that isn't too sad? God, I don't even know how old I was. 14, maybe 15. And me and my sister used to get up ridiculously early to do our makeup and stuff. Except I always slept in. I still do that. I'm terrible for that. One day I'm getting woke up. And it was pretty much, I was getting there. You know, where you're like kind of in between, like, I'm just gonna lay here and rest my eyes. All of a sudden, my door busts open, and my sister comes in, and she's like, no. I can't get it to stop. And I'm like, get what to stop? What the fuck? Like, it scared the shit out of me, right? And she's like, the clicking. I'm like, what clicking? What do you mean? And she's like, come here. I was like, oh my God. And she's like panicked though. Like scared and annoyed at the same time. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm all tired, so I don't even know if I was fully even understanding what she was saying. I come down there and she's, look, I'm trying to read. There's a big ass kitchen and then there was a little breakfast nook. And we had the computer over there. And I walk in and she's like, watch. And she goes, sits down, picks up her book. She was trying to read. Nerd. Anyways, so she's sitting there reading. And then all of a sudden, click, 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 click. It was the mouse. And I was like, I'm looking at her. And she goes, every time I try reading, it does this. She put the book down and stopped. In that old house, there was one time, and this is one of the times where my best friend like full-heartedly believed me, because I found out before this she actually didn't believe me. We were in the living room, and as I was about to walk out of the living room, she was over for sleepover, I stopped because I could sense that something was outside of the living room watching and didn't feel good. And I told her that. And then all of a sudden, the Great Danes that we had got up and were like looking out there. And I needed to walk out there. I don't remember why, what for, but I really didn't want to. I took one step out of the living room and got slammed back down onto the ground. Like I fucking flew. Mm-hmm. And the dogs went into attack mode, going after something that wasn't there. And that was the moment she believed me, because she literally witnessed me getting tossed.
Yep, by nothing.
And yeah, by nothing. And then the dogs reacting too, on top of it, because they were clearly reacting to something that wasn't visible. I immediately went to sleep after that. Yep. Because it just took all the energy out of me, and she was not happy because I got up, I walked over to the couch, I laid down, and I fell asleep. Mm-hmm. And she was like, bitch, you ain't leaving me here by myself after that?
No, it was.
So me personally, tend to be human in nature, and I believe that we have a soul. It moves on. Sometimes the way the death happened can be traumatic, and they don't know that they're gone, so they can't do the process to get to the other side, or something just very strong keeping them here. There's different types of hauntings, because sometimes it is an imprint of energy, like the what's it called, residual hauntings. That is where an imprint of an event just kind of plays on the loop because the energy of it was so strong. So maybe somebody fell down the stairs, so you randomly see somebody falling down the stairs. It's just played on a loop. It's not an actual soul. But so for me, this is my belief that ghost is our souls. Sometimes we're stuck and just need some guidance. Other times it's just so utterly traumatic they can't even process it. So
yeah, I would say for me that's probably the closest thing that I thought of, where it's a soul that's trapped between dimensions.
Mm-hmm. They're just stuck. Like this is the limbo, I would assume, that people talk about.
Yeah, see, I'm the other one that's like, no, let's look at other cultures and talk about the multiple souls. But
this is just in my experience with life and what I've seen, and it was just how I always perceived it. I'm not saying it's not in the realm of, I think anything is honestly possible.
Well, you realize, okay, the thing is, none of us have actually died. No. So we don't know. No. Unless we actually...
I almost did.
Put that to the test.
I have no idea. I just joined yours.
Google local...
Actually, remember Litchfield? Okay, when we went to the graveyard in Litchfield, there were people, I guess there's actually, classes?
Yeah, I know. They said that. I was like,
okay.
Are you going to suggest just stock haunted areas waiting for other people?
I mean, that worked.
You could maybe not word it like that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Probably cemeteries.
Cemeteries?
Yeah, but I would say do research ahead of time.
You really
find out.
Yeah, you do have to do research.
Look at we look at places in the states right around us, places that we can travel to.
See, I would love...
Not everybody has the access to do that, though. So.
No, we have to kind of go, okay, what's my budget? What can I do? And this is like, I know, I goof around sometimes. I'll be goofy sometimes, but this is actually me being serious, because this is the filmmaker side. You really do have to budget. You have to think, what's your budget? Where can I go? What's within my price range?
I would also recommend, if you're going out to these places, especially at night, don't go alone.
Yeah, never.
No, don't go alone. Don't go alone.
Never.
Don't. If you're going somewhere, wake your person up.
Also just
don't go out there. Don't go out there and let them sleep.
Make sure other people know where you're going to be too.
That too. Don't let them walk off with a group.
Yeah.
And just stand there.
Unknown people.
Unknown people.
Yeah. Be safe. Basically, the shit that we do in the videos, don't do that.
It really depends on the person.
Yeah. It's the whole third eye thing. It's a spectrum too. So depending on the person and how open their third eye is, I think is what determines how much they can sense using that. Because there's like the full-on psychics who literally can sit down and talk to ghosts thinking it's a person like you and me. I don't have that. I mostly hear stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, and there's actually, like I said, the Historical Society, only 3 people could see the orbs.
Yeah.
Only 3, and
because not everyone
can see it.
Was open enough to see it. What do you think?
In a general sense, it depends on if some can actually cause physical harm.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So in a general sense,
it
depends on what actually happens.
Yes, I think in an overall, no. But it depends on the type of paranormal.
In a way, it depends on your reaction to it.
That too, yeah. Can spirits hurt you?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that they can, but I think I should be more specific. I don't think that ghosts, human spirits, will ever intentionally hurt you. I think the spirits that try to hurt you are the non-living kind, the ones who were never born.
No, because where you live, you talk about the dark entity. Mm-hmm. To be fair, when I went to Timberlake Road,
that was an entity that had never lived. It was not human.
I agree with you. I don't think they're alive. I agree with you. I don't think they are.
Poltergeists?
Yeah, like poltergeists.
Yeah, they're not. They're just a collection of energies.
Because you notice that human spirits and ghosts, they do not leave the area that they're haunted. They don't. But poltergeists can. And that's not something
there's dark attachments and stuff that they can move around freely.
To be fair,
they're not bound though in the same way that I feel like.
Technically, the human souls that I saw at the Historical Society, you're like, well, that they came with the artifacts. I'm like, yeah, because they're the books. Yeah. And if you're attached to the books, you're going to go with the books. The thing is, people, like I stress in videos, don't be rude.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people who ghost hunt get rude. Because is it dangerous? Well, if you're doing it for a lark, if you're doing it for a laugh, I get it. Yeah, I get kids are going to be kids, but you are like this. You're going into the ghost area, and now you're yelling at it. So imagine someone bust into your house and then started to scream into your ear. How are you going to react to that?
I mean, the thing is, we have all seen those videos where they do go out and make fun of the ghosts, and nothing happens. Those people got lucky.
Yeah, literally. Yep. For whatever reason.
And it's like you said, it depends on.
Honestly, if people are shut off enough, I don't think they're able to be bothered.
No, I think people.
If the spirit isn't strong enough to affect physical stuff around them.
I think it is. I think if you are dead to the spirits, like you said, shut off.
Because there are some people who are just blank, like they can't, the spirits can't affect them at all.
Yeah.
then it's like, I get it. Like, if you don't feel them, if you're not actually, you don't believe it, you're just like, let's do this, and it's like...
Yeah, because some people are just so higher of an energy that it's like very few things can be active around them. Mm-hmm. I've actually met a couple people that I call them like shields. Mm-hmm. So like they would put a protective energy out, so things just wouldn't happen. Different video. We want to do a video where we actually talk about all these different types of hauntings and spirits.
Yeah, I don't wonder if maybe that's why I never had anything, because maybe I have that.
Yeah, maybe you're a shield.
The one time that I actually did healing magic, the person that was guiding it, they're like, "No, you're a natural." I'm like, what was I doing? And they're like, "Just trust me, you did exactly what you're supposed to do." I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's very possible. You could be a shield. Pretty sure my brother is too.
You guys do have to defend, because there are people who are of a certain faith who will actually say this is all hogwash, right?
Yeah.
I've gone to...
Actually, there are multiple faiths.
There's multiple faiths who will say, thank you. Who will say this is hogwash. I've been to a wedding where him and I went to a wedding. We know 2 people, maybe 3 people at this wedding.
I knew the groom, and that was it.
I knew the groom and his best man. That was it. One of his family, no, not even, the bride's family member comes over and goes, "I see you guys," because he's a psychic, and he's seen it through a certain lens, and he's like, "You 2 are going to change the world." Just randomly. At this wedding, I know the groom and the best man.
To the other, just
he just beelined right to us.
Hello, sir.
And this was and my friend, the groom, is a very devout
of his religion.
Very devout. There was no alcohol, there was no it's like, this is the most pure, like, wholesome, like, if you want to talk about, this is like well, there's no...
The day was for love and love only.
Yep, this is not a Irish wedding. This is not and I say Irish, but this is not a American wedding. This is a, if you want to think of a stereotypical of this faith wedding, that's what this was. And I'm like, wow, actually I'm not surprised, and I wasn't, like, I'm not trying to be offensive either. I'm just saying, I'm trying to paint a picture. Because I enjoyed it. I had a very good day and a very good time, and I was very happy to be invited.
Actually, I almost enjoyed it more without the alcohol.
I mean, yes. I'm trying to paint the picture. It's just weird that this guy came up to it. It's like, "I see you guys. Your aura is just..." I'm like, I didn't expect that here. I'm just saying, I did not expect at this type.
Not in this setting. I didn't expect.
In this setting, I did not expect a random guy to basically, I am a psychic and I can see it, and I'm like.
That was the last question.
That was the last question. We're just kind of wrapping up now.
Yep. So, if you guys have more questions, ask them in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Oh, yeah, this is like the Wolverine thing, isn't it? Stick. Oh, you guys are waving. Bye. Is what? I don't stink.
No.
Why'd you smell me?
I didn't smell you.
Oh,
I went.
Oh, you're gonna lick me? Okay.
It was. It was a threat.
I'm very salty. Anyway.
Yes.
But no. The lady in white. What's the square root of 2?
Next.
How can
somebody? What?
I asked a question. You didn't answer it. What's your question?
Oh my god. Thank you.
Trigger warning, if you're a pansy ass, don't watch this video.
Oh, Jesus. I was going to be more genteel than that, but I guess. Do you have questions or no?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you have multiple questions.
I've been writing them down as I get them.
Man, this feels just like when we run a panel on conventions.
I know.
Like, you have shit? Maybe? Do you?
Maybe? No.
No? Oh, okay, good, I do.